I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel. This is where I talk about twin flame process. So it's a full moon at the moment. It started yesterday. It's in Virgo, and it's in the UK. It's coming exact at around 7 a.m. 7:02, is it? I think so, on the 18th, which is Friday morning. But we're in it now. It started yesterday. You might have noticed some resistance coming up. I had a really bad headache. I had really bad pain in my shoulders and the back of my neck. So by the time I went to bed last night, I could barely move my head, bring it up straight. It's like it was bent over. So that's the resistance coming through. So you might have noticed it in your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body. Healing resistance, however that came up. So let's just have a look and see what they have to say about this full moon in Virgo. Okay, so they're saying you're the designated ones, and they're showing me what looks like, in my mind's eye, they're showing me what looks like a sheriff's star, except it's got a few more points to it than a sheriff's star. It is almost like a snowflake shape, I guess, but really bright, really shiny. So let's see. They're also showing me the physical manifestation of the masculine energy. So that's a person, whoever represents that at the moment in your existence. So that can be represented by anyone at any time as you work through the process, not just the one that you would call your twin, if you believe that is your twin, but anyone who you're in relation to, that's helping you work through the process, who's representing that masculine energy. And always you're healing the masculine energy, and that's either in yourself or in connection with somebody. So let's just see. I'm going to get some cards out. They're saying this is a very feminine moon. A lot of work to do for the feminine in releasing resistance. So that means you're going to feel it if you're releasing it. Whatever level it's on, it's going to come through your mind. I mean, it's very mental energy anyway, Virgo. You might find yourself in conversation in your mind, either with yourself or with your twin, about stuff that you feel is wrong, negative. Virgo is like a really clearing, cleansing energy. So it's like whatever it is that's coming up in your mind, you're clearing it. So it's not really to worry about what is coming up, just to come into awareness of it. And, if you're so fully aware of it that you can then say, hang on a minute, I'm not going to have this conversation in my head, then that's brilliant. Then do that. But not everybody's going to be able at that point, right? So just coming into awareness of it is valuable. Chariot, masculine and feminine coming together. So yes, so you're coming together with your masculine counterpart in whatever way at this moon for clearing resistance. So like they say, it can be through the mind, feels like conversation. Can be through the emotions. You could feel emotions coming up through your heart center. You could feel like inner child healing coming up through your physical body. So again, that's feelings in the heart center. Any feelings of panic, anxiety, worry, stress. Any feeling of like loss, abandonment, any of that coming up to be cleared through the physical body as you feel the emotions coming up. That's another way you'll be clearing it. But also in relation to your inner child, it can be just acknowledging your own inner child, how it feels inside, in a more mental way, connected to the emotions in a more mental way. So rather than it coming up as a physical feeling of panic or anxiety, it could be coming up as just maybe a feeling of loss around your own childhood, a feeling of abandonment, a feeling of, whatever you didn't receive in your childhood in the way of love, coming up and acknowledging that. But remembering as well that your inner child is actually your twin. So when you're in relationship in yourself in that way, you're actually in relationship. It's you and your twin. Your twin is your inner child, in essence. So it's also healing. But you could have all of those come up. You could have physical body. You could have feelings in the physical body that are emotional. You could have a mental, emotional level of, talking to yourself and it being about your childhood or about the past with your twin or any other masculine for that, for example, or the conversation in the head, which is direct link to twin. but it can be a conversation with self, about something. Your mind might work. Virgo minds are like really, they function. Virgo's like multitaskers in the mind. Sometimes that gets they get carried away, and it's just like, one thought after another, after another, after another. It can be like Virgo is like to-do list in the head. It's like, got to do this, got to do that, got to do this. And before they're even doing anything in the physical, they're multitasking in the brain of what they could, need to focus on. So you could have all that coming through. So it's basically, how do you heal that? What is healing is calming it down and relieving yourself of that pressure inside yourself. Let's get these cards out and bringing your masculine and feminine into alignment through whatever means. Rest, relaxation. Make sure you've got enough electrolytes. Your electrolytes control your brain and emotional function. Magnesium, really good for calming down. Make sure you're getting enough magnesium. CBD oils and stuff like that. And wine, if you're one of them wine drinkers like I am. Last night I had wine, CBD and magnesium. Even then I couldn't get rid of the pain in my shoulders and my neck, but it's kind of gone now. It went overnight. They said it would go overnight. Right, let's get these cards out. Fruition, physical world. That's the Seven of Pentacles. Devil, what you draw to you through your vibrational point of attraction. So that's what you draw through to yourself through feeling good, what you draw to yourself. Three of Pentacles, creating in the physical. So we've got a result in the physical, coming through vibration, what you're drawing to yourself through that vibrational point of attraction, which is the feeling good, and you're creating that in the physical world. So however you're creating that, like they said, in your physical existence, mind, emotion, physical body. It's more like you rather than your surroundings, so it's creating it through you. Eight of Swords, so we've got the 8, which is the infinity, the link between the twins, and that's the mind. So again, that's the very Virgo thing of the mind. So you might just find your mind racing, like tripping over itself, one thing or another. Or as you're clearing through programs, you might find that you get caught in a program, a loop. So you might find repetitive thought about one thing keeps coming up, and you're going over it and over it and over it. Whatever it is, it's entirely right that might happen on whatever level you're clearing it. So like I say, it could be that you're just going over and over that in your head without being able to stop thinking about it. It might be that you're going, and that being kind of having a will of its own, for example, as you clear that program. You might find it coming up and you're coming into awareness. I have this repetitive thought. Why am I having this repetitive thought? Oh, I'm having it again. So it might be just the awareness of it. Or it might be I see that repetitive thought, and now I calm it down by releasing it and letting it go. So it might be even another step on from that awareness, because that's what this is all about. Twin flame process is about clearing through programs. So it's about, first of all, they just are, you're unaware of them, basically. Then you come into awareness of it, and then you move into like, what is the mastery of that awareness? So you're mastering the mind. So that's what's coming up here as the incoming with this moon. Two pentacles, so that's two people, so that's what twin flame is. So again, you've got a link with one particular person. That's your twin flame. Now, it doesn't matter if they're around you or not. It doesn't matter if you know who they are or not, because the masculine energy is going to rise up to be acknowledged in anybody that is around you. So, for example, yesterday I had an interaction with my neighbour who is a masculine energy about something, and it caused me a slight reverberation in my vibration where I was, because I'm in full acknowledgement, which was I not in the stage of full acknowledgement and awareness, would have taken me out of vibrational point of attraction. It would have taken me away from feeling good. But because of where I am, I was able to be in complete awareness, and we didn't move out of the location of feeling good. So it might come up around you in someone else. You might have a conversation with someone else that masculine energy is working through, that's designed to act as a trigger in you either clearing mentally, or you acknowledging that it's coming up mentally, or you rising above it mentally. So it's those three things again, right? Always they come in threes, the fleur de lis, which is the emblem of twin flames. Okay, let's go here. Timing, Wheel of Fortune. I'm just going to leave that one open for a minute because this is where we arrive at, right? So I want to leave, it is also a very open energy. It's 10, it's completion. So it's about completion of something. So we'll come back to that card. Right down here. Page of Cups, which is inner child work. So creating two people through the inner child. So for example, when you have an interaction with someone and that interaction triggers you or is designed to trigger you, and everything on this journey happens because it's meant to, remember. What happens when you get triggered, you go into your inner child. So when you go into a state of being worried or stressed or feeling bad, you know, like maybe in your mind telling yourself off because you did something wrong. That's what children do, right? When they're taught to not love themselves when they're young, when they get told off, I'm a bad person. And it kind of, that is a program that is instilled for them doing something wrong. They talk to themselves. I mean, if it's done often enough, some children don't have to have that, luckily. Others, twin flames, generally do because they're having to clear it later. So they would have it earlier on so they can clear it later. So you have a damaged inner child that you're healing. So and that's how you heal your twin, and your twin heal, and you're both coming into the resolution of the whole journey is through healing the inner child, creating two people, inner child, and love for your inner child, love for yourself, and just a state of love, a state of feeling good. So it can be the mind hooking into the emotions, as they said at the beginning, right? Ten of Pentacles, completion in the physical. So the energy of what you draw to you, the devil of the two people, the completion in the physical is coming from this work that you're doing at the moon. The creating in the physical, the Three of Pentacles, two people, Page of Cups, creating through inner child healing. And just to let you know, we've got the Three of Pentacles there. If anybody's interested, Page of Cups is there for that. Then here we've got the devil, like I said, devil which draw to you. Two of Pentacles, two people, and Ten of Pentacles, completion in the physical. So that's that. And we'll get one down here. And then we've got Knight of Pentacles, which is coming in the physical, and it's also about healing as well. So the fruition, Seven of Pentacles, what you bring in the physical through this work, two people, Two of Pentacles, and healed in the physical. So that's when it manifests into the physical union. So again, it's about that. This is all really Virgo energy, right? So like they said right at the beginning, it's working through your physicality. If you're at the end of this process like I am, it's going to be coming through your physical body more than anything else because you'll have come into awareness of everything else. If you're not at the end of the process, it'll be coming through everything else until it's cleared before it finally comes through the physical body, which will be at a later moon for you. Underneath, Queen of Pentacles, so that's the physical body, and that's a representation of Virgo. so, so there we go. Couldn't be clearer, right? Two people clearing through one person, the feminine of the physical body. So there we have that. And then I'll get a quick card down on all the others and see if they want to say anything else. I mean, this literally is a Virgo. So it's, you know, it's coming through the Virgoic energy, which is clearing through the mind, right? Because Virgo is, although it's earth sign, it's just really mental because it's ruled by Mercury. They're like, yeah, multitaskers in the mind, basically. Okay, two people here. Success in vibration. So, of course, what you're drawing to you, as regards another person, is all hinging on, revolving around success in your vibration, because that other person can't come into can't physically manifest until you've arrived in your point of attraction. And you're competent, which is also Virgo. It's about competency. Virgos are perfectionists. They like everything to be done properly and right and in order and, you know, signed, sealed, delivered, and all the loose ends tied up and everything like immaculate. It's like a clean kitchen, basically. That kind of stuff, because I love being in the kitchen. Funnily enough, I'm in the kitchen this morning and I've got broth on the go, I've got soup on the go, I've got bread on the go, and I'm about to make a cake, and this is literally my break in between those things, one of those things. Right, so again, and I'm a Virgo, as most of you know, so coming through Virgo, success in vibration for two. Let's go underneath again on the Virgo. divine love. So that's divine love process coming through the body. You might want to look at where you've got your Virgo in your chart to see where it is you're going to be clearing, maybe. Because maybe you've got your Virgo in, maybe you got it in Mercury. So it doesn't matter if you're Virgo sun sign. If you've got Virgo located in Mercury, then you would be clearing through the mind. If you've got Virgo in Cancer, maybe you're going to clear through the heart. Maybe it would be more emotional. If you've got Virgo in Sagittarius, you might be clearing through the mind, because Sagittarius are really mental signs. If you've got it in Libra, again, through the mind, and that could be like in opposition, you know. Should I do this? Should I do that? Or being caught in a loop of a choice, like it just going over and over and over, and you're not deciding. That could also be if it's in Libra. So look at where you got your Virgo, basically, and I think that's where you're going to be clearing it. Let's see, what else could there be? Virgo in Aries, running around, trying to get loads done. Aries likes to work fast and get things done. Who else is there we could talk about? Virgo in Pisces, you could just be awash with emotion. You could be taken out of the game completely by your emotions. It might be a washout, you know. What else is there? Who else? Scorpio. Scorpio is deep, dark work. So you might be delving into the past history of you. You might be coming up with all sorts from the past and chomping over them in your mind. I would say in your mind because it's Virgo. Who else is there? Should we do them all now? I think we need to do them all now because we started, so we should finish. Right. Aquarius, mental again. You might be designing something, you know. I've got to plan this, I've got to make it now. It could be that for Aquarius. So we've done Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus. Oh, Taurus, it probably would be something like looking at your finances, buying nice things for the house, that kind of stuff, being desperate to have like a certain thing, you know, counting the budget and then I'm having it at this moon because it's going to make you feel better, something like that maybe. Gemini, again, is very mental, but I feel like Gemini, you might get a complete let go mentally because it's kind of like Virgo and Gemini are the same but different. So Gemini is a lot more, what's the word, a lot more confident than Virgo. Virgos think that everything is wrong with them a lot of the time. They're like, even though they focus that perfectionism on themselves and then they tell themselves everything is wrong. Whereas Geminis don't really do that. So it might be more of a let go that you're getting through the Gemini. Cancer. Oh, Leo's sun at this moon, Virgo. Rising really high is what I get. That they're just going to shine really brightly. I love this moon. Virgo's ahead of them. So in some way it's like a feeling of freedom as well because it's maybe not going to affect them so much. Maybe. Virgo just crazy, mental, going everywhere, doing everything, getting everything done, basically, with other stuff coming through, whatever it is, all of it. Libra we did, Scorpio we did, Sagittarius we did. Capricorn, Virgo moon. Okay, so Capricorn, what they're saying is just a lot of confidence coming through because it's Virgo, it's your element. Kind of feels like maybe shutting the door on some things, just like being done and dusted with some things, being over something, and maybe like in your head as well and in your heart and in your body, just like feeling like, okay, I'm done with this process, but in a solid, grounded way, they're saying, not in a flight of fancy way. All right, back to the cards. So let's go here. 7 of Pentacles. Message. Page of Swords. So coming through the mind. So just to say, where you're hearing the Virgo moon, right, and it's all about the mind and it's clearing through the mind as well, but also clearing everything in the twin flame spectrum, what you end up with is with a message, right? Fruition, message, in one way or another. When you have twin flame reunion, what they call twin flame reunion, which is where it comes in and it never goes out again, is where everything is cleared. Right? Because it comes in that level of it will never go out again because there's nothing to clear. But until you get to that point, you're going to be clearing something. So you could very likely have communication from your twin flame, if you're in communication with them, with something for you to clear. So they might be presenting you with some kind of information that is going to trigger you, basically, or have that essence of trigger you. So the answer to that is always, well, what is it I'm being presented with? How am I being triggered around this? What is that trigger? What am I feeling? Am I feeling shame? Am I feeling that I've done something wrong? Am I feeling worried? Am I feeling, do I go straight to my inner child, or where my inner child is, and feel like punished and bullied or something like that? So you've got to look where it's coming from and how you're feeling and what that's doing to you, and then come into awareness of it, and then own it in a more powerful adult way, and calm down and soothe your inner child, if that is what's coming through. And like I say, your twin flame energy can come through anyone around you. So take your pick, basically. All bets are off at the full moon. All bets are off who it could be. Someone masculine energy, out of the blue, something to say to you that's going to aim a arrow at you of a trigger, right? Healing, Knight of Pentacles. Relationship. So in relationship, basically. So it will be somebody possibly coming towards you. Fruition, physical, message, spoken word, ego, the mind, small mind, that's a voice as well, right? Message, text, email, phone call, in person, Seven of Pentacles. Healing, relationship, that's the Hierophant, right? So everything that triggers you heals you, and your awareness heals you of that. Your awareness of the trigger heals you. So it's all about healing, and healing in relationship to yourself, but also towards other people. Narcissistic energy, just to mention, this is the thing about narcissism, right? Narcissists cannot take on board any criticism. Narcissists function from the ego alone, right? So that's why they call it egotistical, right? Or because they can't take any criticism. So as soon as they get any trigger coming towards them that would take them into a place where they would feel bad, like with someone that isn't a narcissist, that's where an empath immediately goes. They go where they feel bad, because they take it completely on board and they soak it all in, that what that other person's doing. But a narcissist, because they can't do that, because they've got no empathy, so they can't feel, they just push it straight back at the person that's coming towards them. They do what's called DARVO, defend, attack, reverse, victim, offender. So instead of taking any of that on board at all, they just shove it all right back to the person that's coming towards them, as in that person's done something wrong. So that narcissistic act exists in all of us, because we've all got to have some level of narcissism. In fact, you have to have healthy narcissism to survive in the physical world. Ideally, you've got empathy and narcissism, right? So you're functioning from a state of empathy, but you've got good boundaries. But good boundaries don't dictate that you attack somebody. They just dictate that you stay inside yourself in feeling good, which is your point of attraction, and you let go of whatever the other person did. And what your answer would be was, well, that's just how they are. That's just, it's what it is. It doesn't make me feel one way or another. However it is their feeling, they can have that, but I don't feel one way or another about it. So there's a 50-50, right? So that's always the answer to someone that's coming towards you with a trigger, is to not then immediately go, well, no, you're doing this to me. You're making me feel like this. You're da-da-da-da. Is to like go, okay, that's whatever that is, but I remain feeling good. I remain closed off to how that person's going to make me feel. See, but without then making them feel something, because you feel like you need to reverse it and turn it around, push it back. So that's what we're doing here as well in Twin Flame process, is we're coming 50-50. That's why they jumped that out at the start, no doubt, because it's 50-50, right? It's the heart and the mind. It's the ego and the inner child. So with the broader perspective, the awareness. So it's all about awareness. Let's go here, Three of Pentacles, the Emperor. So what you're creating is the manifestation of the masculine twin, whoever that is, whether you know them or you don't know them. That's what you're creating, whether you've met them yet or not. They're in process of rolling towards you as you create, through what you're learning, through your mental, emotional and physical aspect. of this process, and how you're becoming an evolved human by working 50-50, brain and heart, without any need to attack anyone, but also with structure, a good boundary so you don't feel attacked, and remaining in your point of attraction. Success for two people. And when the two people come together, because they're both in that success of point of attraction, feeling good. Page of Cups, Four of Swords, that's letting go of anything that would rest in your mind, letting go, right? So what's the answer to everything that comes towards you? Any kind of trigger, let go. No thinking, don't think, no mind, state of no mind. Go into higher self. Higher self has no mind, it's beyond mind, so that's always the answer. Rest, like they said right at the beginning, rest and let the deletion occur while you're resting. So CBD, wine, magnesium, baths, saunas, breathing fresh air, lots of deep breaths, sleeping, resting, keeping away from fear, so not looking at the news, or don't watch adverts on the TV if you watch TV or anything like that. Don't bring anything in at this moon to try and scare yourself with. This is not the time for trying to scare yourself and putting yourself to the test with more scares, right? It's just like, no, just let go. Okay, Eight of Swords, ending. Nine of Swords, that's the ending of the feminine process. So yes, just like they said, it's the time to let go in the mind of everything that's going on. So really noticing any loop of a thought, because this is a loop. Everything that you get at this point is coming to you from the masculine, right? So they're presenting you with an opportunity to notice a repetitive thought and let go. Let go of it. So, again, trigger. Are they triggering you with something, or is somebody else that's representing them triggering you with something? Something where you've got your human side trying to keep hold of that in your head and go over and over it. Your higher self side is the part of you that wants to let go of it. So let go of it. And don't feel, there's no reason to think about things over and over again. There's no reason to obsess over a thought. There is no reason to do that. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't create anything good. It just creates resistance and stress. So don't do that. Wheel of Fortune, shifting. So again, we've got a card of an ending. Wheel of Fortune is the end, and Tower is the end of something, shifting. So shifting the mind, it seems, because it's Virgo energy, we've got all this mind there. But it's, of course, linked to the inner child, because your mind can either take you in, when you feel wounded, when you feel attacked, or you feel hard done by and that kind of stuff, and it takes you away from your feeling good and your state of let go, what it really is about is your inner child. But when it's about your inner child, what it's really about is your twin. See? Okay, and then let's just go here in the Devil. Something out of position emotionally, and what you draw to you through your point of attraction. So it's always about bringing this cup down onto the ground and grounding yourself emotionally. The only thing when you're going through twin process, that when you get to the end of this journey, right, the only thing that you can do that's left for you to do, the only thing that works, so it's the only thing that you're left with, by proof of pudding and going through the process of purge, repeat, till you cleared all the programming, the only thing that's left then that works on point of attraction is let go. It's the only thing, because when you let go mentally and emotionally of any way that you're harming yourself by having a repetitive thought of something that would harm you, point of attraction comes from that let go. As soon as you let go, that's it, you're free. So shifting that basically at this moon, that's shifting that mentally, right? And down here, Ten of Pentacles, completion in the physical. Six of Swords, which is the let go. So that's all right, basically. I could have just come here and said let go. But everybody likes some cards, right? So that's it. We let go, and this brings us into balance, into success, point of attraction, because as we said before, you're linked by vibration. So when the vibration is clarified and clear, and there's no more harm going on in the vibration, no more self-wounding, no more attacking. If your answer basically to the self-wound that's inflicted by any kind of trigger when you start to feel bad or feel unnecessary or worried or stressed, The answer isn't to go out and look for something else to take on board that feeling that you've got. The answer is just to let go of it. Because as we do that, right, humans, and we go around and we find someone to focus that on and say, well, no, it's you. You're the one should feel bad because I don't want to. So you do it and then I won't have to. Right, but that's what we're clearing through twin flame process, because if you have noticed when this comes in, a lot of you have met your twin, that's what it's about at the start, right? It's about, no, it was you, no, it was you, no, it was you. And that game going on, right? And it's only when that game finishes, but it's got to finish inside yourself. So you've just got to be, no, it ain't anyone else, but it ain't me either. We're all fine, everything's fine just the way it is, and that's it. Everything is what it is what it is, and it is what it is. And that's the shift, right? So, and none of it harms me, because I won't think about it, I'll let go and I'll do something more fun instead. I'll just get one more down on there. 0 point, the Fool, brand new journey. So this is like where we're operating with this moon, basically, with what's coming in. So it's just taking us further and further away from being human again. Virgo is very human. It's probably the most human of signs. So we've got to clear what is being human. We've got a clear trigger. It's human to be triggered because humans have a mind. Higher self doesn't have a mind. Higher self thinks everything's beautiful and fun, and everything is fun. So higher self would laugh at a trigger. It would laugh at a trigger and it wouldn't blame anyone. It wouldn't shame anyone and it wouldn't attack self. One more I feel here. Judgment, destiny. See, when all is healed in relationship, that's what they just said. When you're healed in relation to being human yourself, destiny, judgment. So that's how it's coming up. So again, I just say, look at your where you got Virgo. I know I just went through the sun signs lightly, so you might find more out by looking at your own sun sign and your own position of those planets to see maybe where you're going to get triggered. Ace of Swords, communication. 2 of Cups is coming up, twin flames. The world, completion. As always, for some it will be completion, completely completion. But those people aren't watching these videos. Those people have flown because they completed, and some will complete now and that'll be it. And they'll fly away from it all into physical reunion. Magician, manifestation. 8 of Wands, what's coming energetically. 10 of Cups, happiness in relationships. So, of course, when you've cleared everything that obstructs a happy relationship inside of yourself, and that really is the blame game, the blame and shame game that humans love to indulge in, don't they? It's basically how they all operate. It's unawareness, right? So that's what causes separation. And that's what we're clearing. And that's that. And I'm going to go now. If anyone wants to get a reading or anything like that, all details are in the box below. And I will be reading for people again after this moon. Anyone that's booked already. It will be done by Monday, because Monday the moon finishes at some point like that. Okay. All right. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.